In this example, we'll look at design automation in Solid Edge. Design automation describes the ability of designers to create shortcuts within Solid Edge to quickly accomplish common tasks. These shortcuts, or automations, allow designers to work more productively, greatly reducing the amount of work that needs to be repeated. Here, we're using the snowblower assembly to outline some of the more common automation tools. Let's take a look as we're finishing up our design. We need to complete work on a drag wheel. As these wheels are used on several of our attachments, we've automated the creation and placement process. Notice as we use Solid Edge's measurement tools, we can easily get dimensions to apply to the attachment bracketry. Additionally, our bracket has been set up to be controlled through an Excel spreadsheet, acting as a configurator, so we can simply input the desired values and Solid Edge handles the rest. Using a design configurator is a great way to get accurate and immediate customer quotations, whether an experienced designer or simply a salesperson. Of course, if more automation is required, additional solutions are available, but all capabilities seen here come free with Solid Edge. Solid Edge also allows users to capture assembly relationships on commonly placed parts. Simply drag and drop, and Solid Edge automatically recognizes the relationships to place that part. All we need to do is tell it where to go. Another great tool in Solid Edge is what we refer to as a system library. A system library describes the ability of designers to save a system of associated features to be placed when bringing in parts. Notice that as we bring in the drag wheel, there are no mounting features present on the bracket that we just configured. A system library allows us to simply select the parts that we want our mounting geometry to be associated to, and Solid Edge automates the placement of the mounting features. No additional work from us, and our mounting slot and pivot point are perfectly placed. Another great automation tool in Solid Edge is sensors. Sensors allow users to work freely, with Solid Edge looking after any standards that must be maintained. If a violation has been made during a workflow, Solid Edge lets us know. In this example, we need to maintain a certain clearance between the drag wheel when it's fully tilted to the edge of the framework. Additionally, notice the intelligence used when mirroring assembly components. When selecting the geometry, Solid Edge interrogates the parts and lets us know which can be mirrored and which can simply be rotated, ensuring an accurate bill of materials. The great thing about the mirrored components is that they're fully associative back to the originals. If the parts of a subassembly get changed out, those changes are reflected in the mirrored version. But this associativity doesn't just stop at the components, but the placement as well. Whoops! Remember that sensor that we created? Solid Edge is looking out for us and telling us that our clearance has been violated. An easy fix that could easily have been overlooked. Of course, Solid Edge gives freedom to designers when placing or reusing parts. If there's something that needs to be reused in the assembly, simply select it and copy it to its new location. No additional hassle needed. The final thing we'll look at today is Family of Assemblies. Families of Assemblies allow designers to automate the creation of assemblies that have multiple configurations using different components. For example, this hydraulic cylinder has multiple configurations available. We can select which one we want directly on placement, or create our own configuration on the fly. Families of Assemblies is a great tool to use to improve productivity when working with commonly used assemblies that need slight variations per use. From configurators and families of assemblies to sensors and assembly relationships, automation in Solid Edge provides tools for designers to be more efficient with their common workflows. Solid Edge, design better.